Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stand Up Australia.
Hey, our next feature was actually one of the original hounds in the film The Hounds of the Baskerville. And then he turned human and got into comedy. And that's really good for him because he's awesome. Would you please welcome Gavin Baskerville?
Thanks very much, Cam. This is pretty exciting, I've got to say, and it tops off an amazing month for me too, I've got to say, because I just found out Bad Handwriting magazine has just recently named me Australia's most illegible bachelor. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'll be signing hard-to-read autographs a bit later on. But what is freaking me out, though, is that this year's kind of disappeared on me, like it's just vanished. And it seems to be the older I get, the faster the years go, which is a bit concerning because I don't know if it's just a perceptual thing, like the older you get, the quicker it goes. I'm not sure, but because I'm 34, and already for me, the years are going by way too quick. I mean, if this keeps up, what the hell is it like when you're 85? I mean, really, at that age, the days must just be whipping by. Just I mean, there's no wonder old people just sit in nursing homes and wobble. With their stunned look, they probably feel like they're going through hyperspace or something. It's pretty hard. I flew up here on one of the discount airlines. I won't name them. But it occurred to me that they may not be as safe as they tend to pretend, because the truth is, the way they make their money is they put as many seats as they can into the plane, which is a problem because the seats are actually closer together than they should be. And because of that, you can't actually get into the full brace position as illustrated on the safety card. You know the full brace position? It's supposed to be like this. With the seats so close together, you can only get down about this far. All right, now that's actually a serious safety issue because if that plane crashes into a mountain at 1,000 kilometres per hour, all the passengers' heads will be sheared off at the neck instead of being rammed back into their arsehole like they're supposed to be. As I can say, I do a lot of flying. My family's in Perth. I grew up in WA, and that's okay, except that my birthday comes round and, you know, they've got to send me presents. Or worse, they send me gift certificates. I don't know, gift certificates, it's kind of a do-it-yourself present, really, isn't it? You know, I think if you're going to send somebody a gift certificate for their birthday, why not go the whole hog and send them a box of cake mix as well? Happy birthday. Let me know how that turned out for you. But the family's good. They actually still live in the same house where I grew up. It's a bit of a dodgy area, a bit of a bogan area. We grew up very poor. We were so poor, in fact, that growing up, Mum and Dad couldn't even afford to beat us. It's true, once a week the Salvation Army came round and gave us a hiding. Those tambourines really leave a welt. And we were so poor that even if we wanted to shoplift, we could only steal home brand. Like, seriously, that was the best we could do. But to my parents' credit, they never actually, like, we never felt too deprived. For example, while the other kids got to play Operation, you know that great game Operation? Well, they got to play that. I got to remove my own appendix. So that was nice. While the other kids got bikes for Christmas, Dad gave me bolt cutters. That's the gift that keeps on giving. And because security's tight in those sort of areas, Mum was always a bit worried about... You know, like, sometimes people like to leave a set of keys under a rock in the garden in case they, you know, lock themselves out. Mum would never let us do that. She was always, you know, afraid that a burglar might find the keys under the rock. I was like, Mum, what does the burglar care about a set of keys when he's got a perfectly good rock? After all, the keys were only going to get him into one house. But that was Mum. She was a bit of a safety nut. You know, because I loved board games as a kid. Mum was, you know, like, because I was getting excited. I saw this, look, they got Scrabble. Oh, I loved Scrabble as a kid. I adored Scrabble. Mum would never let us play, though. She was always like, oh, Scrabble, it's all fun and games till someone loses an eye. And... but there was one board game we were allowed to play. It was very, very popular in the area I grew up. It's called Boganopoly. Yeah, it was a very quick game. It only had the one square, go to jail. And... but we had... it was one of those areas, you know, you get a lot of hoons too, and I'm talking the old school hoons, not like the new guys. I don't know about the new hoons. You know, you see them there on the... Especially, you know, in the night areas, you know, out in Sydney and Melbourne and stuff, and they'll be, like, banked up down the street, bumper to bumper down the street. I don't really know how that's fun. What do these guys get home on a Friday night and think, oh, geez, tough week at work. I really need to relax and unwind. What can I do? Oh, I know. Hey, boys, jump in the car. Let's go get stuck in a traffic jam. Yeah, that'll be ace. You know, and they're there, and they've got the cars, and it's all like doof, 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 which you're not sure if that's because they've got the stereo up too loud or there's some guy in the boot trying to get out. And they've got all the extra bits too, like the spoiler, because it's important to have a spoiler on your car, guys, because, you know, those Nissan Skylines will take off if they're not held to the road with a piece of fiberglass. But I'll give them credit, because they do the cars up nice, don't they? They've got all the chrome and they're all polished and, you know, they look good. They've got the hair all slicked back, and because it's important to look your best when you're wrapped around a telegraph pole. But the one thing I don't get is they have that, like that blue light, like that UV light thing coming out the bottom of the car. I don't know what that is. All I can assume is these guys had a problem with junkies shooting up under their car. Is that what happened? They came to start the car, I wouldn't start, oh, bloody junkies, get out from under my car, mate! No, I don't have $2, mate, piss off! I'm getting a blue light under there, that'll get rid of them. I don't know, maybe that's what's going on, but actually, last week, me and 3 of my mates, we all went out and we bought racing bicycles, I think road bikes or something. I'm not sure what they call them. Because we don't actually like riding bikes, and we sure as hell don't like racing. But what we do like doing is wearing brightly coloured lycra and sitting in cafes. And as we discovered, you just can't get away with that shit without the bikes. 4 guys in lycra getting out of a Barina. So, yeah, but that's okay. I like going to cafes, but something weird's happened now. You know, like, I go to order lunch and the menus, I don't understand what anything is on the menu anymore. Like, you can't just buy, like, a chicken and salad sandwich anymore. It's all this bloody, tandoori chicken glazed in a bloody tapenade of bloody chorizo and fennel, and I don't know what any of this stuff is. But my friends always seem to know what it is, and they're just ordering away quite happily, and, you know, they're ordering things like aioli sauce. See, I thought aioli was that thing around your nipple. They're dipping their chips in it. That can't be right. But I still prefer ordering from a menu as opposed to this whole smorgasbord thing, because, you know, at least when you order from a menu, you know, they sort of bring it out and it's presented nicely on the plate. You know, it's all laid out nicely. You don't tend to get that at a smorgasbord. You know, I've never seen anybody stop at the end of the smorgasbord and garnish their meal with a sprig of parsley or a drizzle of olive oil. You know, because in the smorgasbord, it's more of an engineering feat, really, isn't it? It's more of a structural thing than an aesthetic. They try and cram as much as you can on there. I always thought a nice addition to the smorgasbord would be some ocky straps. That'd be. I think that'd be nice. I think it would go down well. But it is good to go out. The one place you don't want to eat, though, if you've tried it, is go to the movies. Because, holy shit, how expensive and how ridiculous is the candy bar? You know, and how big is the stuff? Like, the smallest popcorn now is like the size of a cereal box, right? The biggest Coke comes with a frickin' diving board attached. It's insane, and it's so expensive. Last time I went to the movies, I bought a bottle of water and a packet of M&Ms. $12. 12. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't bring myself to eat the M&Ms. Now, seriously, I've got them at home. I'm going to bring them out on special occasions. Oh, you're having a baby? Oh, congratulations. I think we'll break out the good M&Ms for that. One at a time, they're expensive. But I like doing things that just, you know, just to chill out and relax. And today, it's such lovely weather up here. So I just went and sat in the park, which is something you don't do very much, just to sit in the sun. But while I was sitting there, I'll just tell you this very quick story that this little dog came running up to me. I think it was like a Labrador thing, and he'd found a stick, so he runs up to me and he looks up to me. You know that great look that dogs do, that really excited look? And I went, oh, all right, mate. So I got the stick, gave it a chuck, and away he went after it, and he grabs the stick and he brings it back to me, and he looks up at me again, all excited, went, all right, mate, got the stick, gave it a chuck, and away he went, and he brought it back to me, and he looks up at me again, all right, mate, throw the stick, away he went, brought it back. And he looks up at me again, all right, mate, throw the stick, away he went, brought it back, all right, mate, yeah. This went on for like an hour, and one thing about dogs, they really don't get bored easily, do they? Jeez, man, like I said, we were there for an hour. I was getting very, very tired. Still, I felt worse for the blind guy that had to run up and down with him. He was looking pretty buggered. Look, you guys have been fantastic. I'm Gavin Baskerville. I hope to see you again sometime. Thanks very much.
Gavin Baskerville!
Thank you.
Welcome to the mainland.
Thank you.
Yes. Gav's been living in Tasmania.
Don't hold it against me.
How are you liking it?
I'm loving it. It's pretty good. I'm sick of the jokes, though.
Of being Tasmanian.
Yeah, well, it's always like, oh, you're from Tasmania, you must be fucking your sister.
Yeah.
So I just want to point that out. I'm not fucking my sister. We make love. That's important to know.
Gavin Baskerville, come on. Sweet ass.